You don't stop. Never eat your pig cause your pig is a top.
I got the rap patrol on the gas patrol. Ladies love me long time like Tupac Soul.
Like whoa, like dough, like nitro, nitro. And if you don't know, now you know. You know I got soul.
Up to the house in my 6'4".
Oh snap! Guess what I saw? Standing on the front stoop, hanging out the window.
Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the dope. I jumped out the rock and said, what's up?
Designated driver, take the keys to my truck.
Pauline, I'm a cook.
Get nice, split the blunt up.
Come on everybody, let's get
Get the fuck up.
Man, what y'all wanna do?
What you wanna do?
What you gonna do?
Baller.
B-ballers,
Shot
shot callers. I wish I had a girl who looked good, I would call her.
I was like, good gracious, ass is bodacious.
And I approach baby like,
My name is.
last name ever, first name greatest. I've been spending hundreds since they had small faces.
See no by the layers. true fucking player. Bass in the space means peace, see you later.
Funky fresh and yes, cold on my feet.
My life's like a soundtrack I wrote to the beat.
When the streets keep calling, heard it when I was asleep.
T-O-M-P-T-O-M-I-C, Marvin in the street.
This is my part, nobody else speaks.
Stop this shit. Okay.
First, let me hop out that chopper, sister, brother, son.
Showstopper, flow proper, head knocker, beat scholar.
Girl, I want a waller in the back of my Impala.
I know you ain't a pimp. Remember what I taught you.
Who am I? I'm the boss.
I still represent what's your house.
Who shot Biggie Smalls? If we don't get them, they gon' get us all.
Hey, you know how we ball. Right in the shiny car. There's no regard for the law. We dodge them like fuck them all.
Smoking hot, pouring up, keeping lead up in my cup.
You leave no drink around me, believe your drink gon' get drunk up.
Pumping hard like I wish you would.
You the superstar, boy. Why you still up in the hood?
We back.
Back on the scene, crispy and clean.
It was all a dream.
It wasn't even close to Halloween.
When the MCs came to live out the name.
Went solo on that ass, but it's still the same.
Okay, first things first, I'll eat your brain.
Eating whack rappers alive, shitting out chains.
West side, when we rock, come equipped with game.
Look, homie, I done came up and I ain't changed. Oh,
Yeah.
Hold
I
up.
don't mean to hold you up, but I got something to say. Come on. Give me the mic so I can take it away.
Player haters, get away, or my leg will spray.
on this type of shit, it happens every day.
And I will never stop.
Because I just can't quit.
Mayonnaise, color bands, I push miracle whip.
I gather round. I'm the new fool in town.
I'm the young Harlem nigga with the Goldie sound.
Down,
When
down.
I came to get down.
Get down, girl, go ahead, get down.
I get money, money I got.
Rock the rhythm that'll make your body rock.
Do the hard trick, talk, get off
I told you I'm just like a clock when I tick things outside.
This is the beat, y'all, but you don't stop. Once off your doubt, y'all, it's hip-hop.
I was at home with my son, then he said, Dad, I need $250. He's only 12 years old, so I freaked out. What's going on? Is somebody trying to kill you? He said, no. Kevin Hart's coming to town and I wanted to see his show. I said, well, how much are the tickets? He said, they're $125. I said, God damn, mine are only $80. I said, well, why do you need $250 then? He goes, because I want to go with you, Dad, please. And there it is. So I took him to the show. And we sit right up front. The lights go down, and one opening act after another goes on. Then Kevin takes the stage. Crowd goes f***ing nuts. Thousands of people. I was furious. The longer the show went on, the madder I got. Because his show was f***ing outstanding. Get out the boat! It was maddening. These people were f***ing holding their stomachs. My son was slapping his knee. I'm like, oh, nigga, I do this too. Kevin says, good night. The crowd goes crazy. And then everyone starts walking to his door and the lights come on. And then my son is just standing there looking at an empty stage. People are pushing past me and nobody's recognizing me. I'm like, man, this place f***ing sucks. I said, come on, son, let's get out of here. And then my son looks back at me and he says, Dad, please, I have to meet him. I was like, oh my God. So I took him backstage. I've known Kevin for years, but can you believe I was scared to knock on his dressing room door? I almost said, son, I haven't seen him for a long time, but and one of Kevin's goons opened the door. Hey, what's up, Dave Chappelle? What you doing, man? It's good to see you, brother. What you doing in this area? This is a terrible area. Yeah, actually, I live around here. Listen. Is Kevin here? My son just wanted to meet him real quick. Well, I don't know, because Kevin's about to eat dinner. Just think Kevin came around the corner to see who it was. What? Oh, shit. What's up, Dave? Come on back. I was just about to have dinner. I don't know if you guys ate, but you're welcome to join me if you like. And then my son pushed past me some cold shit. He goes, actually, Mr. Hart, we haven't eaten in several hours.
Bruh.
Man, Kevin took us into his back room. This guy had a f***ing spread. It was Tuesday night. This motherfucker was having Sunday dinner. With steaks, chops, corn with butter all over it. My son was eating all fast, embarrassed me. I was like, slow down, son. Then I looked over in the corner and there was a box. Custom-made jerseys for the local team. Each one was hand-stitched, and on the back they stitched on the K Hart. Kevin saw me staring at that box, and he went over and grabbed one of them jerseys, and he walked right to my son. He said, hey, little man, I want you to have this. And my son was like, thanks, Mr. Hart. This is when I got mad. He goes, if your father ever makes you mad, put that on. And he walked out. Oh, that was some cold shit. Then I realized, I looked up what Kevin made on Google. I couldn't believe that shit. Kevin is the first comedian that a Drake song could be about. Kevin could walk around his house and sing All Me, and the whole song would still be true. Got everything, I got everything. I cannot complain, I could die. I don't even know how much I really made. I forgot, it's a lot. That never mind what I got. And his wife be like, Kevin, come to bed, Kevin, come to bed, Kevin, come to bed. He'd be like, ho, shut up, I got way too much. Ho, shut up, I got way too much. You know how much money you have to tell a girl to shut the f*** up? Kevin, come to bed. Got everything, I got everything. I cannot complain, I could die. I don't even know how much I really made. I forgot, it's a lot. That never mind what I got. Ho, shut up.
BetOnline remains your #1 source for all your sports betting this season. Everything from NFL playoffs to pro, college basketball, UFC, MMA, and more. You'll always find the latest odds, team matchup info, player news, and game trends at BetOnline. With live betting options, free contests, and live scores for almost any sport or game imaginable. BetOnline is truly the fastest and easiest way to bet all your favorite leagues and events. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to join and receive your 50% welcome bonus with your first deposit. Make sure to use that promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, to receive your rewards. BetOnline.ag, where the game starts.
Talkin NOIZ make exception.
Popcorn world. Popcorn world. Can I make you move now? Yes, I can. So you can get this groove in a bag of a can. You can make it round the world when it holds in your hand. Popcorn world. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. I said popcorn make you smile. Ah. Popcorn world. Popcorn world. Popcorn world. It's a popcorn world. It's a popcorn world.
What's that saying? Breaking down the rumor and smelling out. Speaking for the people who will slow around. Taking toast to power. The whisper and the shout. We're talking noise. Oh yeah. Talking noise. Hey yeah. Say it again. Say we're talking noise. Yeah. Talking noise. Really don't have to fool around. Never noise keeps us lined up. When truth divine, the sign that you is a sign of success. We're talking noise. Oh yeah, talking noise. Yeah, picking up all the same. We're talking noise. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Talking noise. Say it again. We're talking noise.
Welcome to Talkin NOIZ, the daily podcast that brings you up to speed and keeps you informed about real issues affecting real people. With your host, Mr. Talkin NOIZ himself, Lloyd Spence. His beautiful wife, Mrs. NOIZ, Kenyatta Spence. The ever-informed Brother NOIZ, Alan Brown. And yours cordially, Uncle NOIZ, Shake Anderson. Come on in and join us as we reveal and opine today's most pressing issues. Real truth while having real fun. Talkin NOIZ is in your house right now. So sit back and enjoy Talkin NOIZ.
2, 1, ready, come on.
There are just some weeks you're just glad you got through it. You know what I mean? Like the week was so long and so stressful is a word that I could use here, but it just got on your nerves. This was that kind of week for us. This week just got on our nerves. I was glad when they said unto me, "Let us end this week." Period. Everybody, noisemakers, it's glad to see y'all. Mama Noise is here. Al B is here. We're glad to see you. The princess is in the chat. We're happy to be here tonight. But I'm glad this week is over. I am, Al. I'm glad.
I echo those sentiments, bro.
I'm so glad. I'm trying to tell you, if it wasn't for the ice storm, it was getting stuck in the mud today and couldn't get out and had to be towed out of the mud. Let's go and wrap this week up. Let's go and wrap this week up. I'm trying to tell you. Mama Noise, how are you doing today?
I'm well.
You just saying that because you got a stomach full of chicken.
That's not the reason why I said it. I'm well because I'm glad you were no longer stuck in the mud.
You know what? You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to say that.
What?
The way you said it was the way you said it, Mama Noise. You know how you be saying things.
I'm glad you're not stuck in the mud. That's
glad I'm not stuck in the mud too. That was just dumb. That was just a whole dumb moment.
Well,
we have a new function, by the way, to our. I wonder if I could do the headlines without. No, you can't do one without the other. Now instead of putting our name all on the one bar, we can put our names underneath where it says headlines. So now you know our name, and then the headline, our nickname or our social media contact, whatever we want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So just FYI, we might use it from time to time, especially when we have guests. So,
all right. I didn't think too much about it, except for how many people stared at us as they drove past.
Albie, it was the dumbest stick in the mud situation ever because we never left the house.
I was gonna ask you.
Stuck in the mud at the house.
I was gonna ask you, was it the soft spot up by the house at Grandma Noise's? Because you said something about when you had the leak, it created soft spots in the mud or in the yard or whatever. Am I froze? Am I gone? Am I gone? What's going on? Hello? Hello? You hang up on me, I put my foot in your hello?
Can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me? Noise makers, let me know if y'all can hear me. Al be out there somewhere. Al be out there. Say something to us. All right. I apologize, noise makers. I should have been complaining. Maybe that was the Lord's way of saying knock that complaining off. So I'm gonna stop complaining. I'm gonna stop complaining and be grateful. God has not given us the something promise of every day being great, but a little rain makes me appreciate the good times. See, I'm on my Shemaine Hawkins right now, y'all. It's good to see everybody. I'm back. Hopefully Albie will be back here in a second. Let's see if we can get Albie back. Let's see if we can get Mama Noise back. It's been a long day, y'all. Like I said, it's been a long day. A lot been happening, but it's all good. The best part of the day is now happening. And we get to see y'all. Look at all the noisemakers coming on back in. Come on back in, noisemakers. We back. There we go. I don't know why it keeps adding the M. I'm trying to text Al and let him know I'm back. We back up online. And I don't know why it was dragging like that. But anyway, it's good to see y'all. Noisemakers, it's good to see y'all. There's Mama Noise.
Hey.
Listen, this moment is indicative of our week.
See, that's what happened last time.
God, give you the glory.
Okay, I was gonna say now we don't want to cause no problem.
No, I don't need no problems. StreamYard, we are good. We good. We are good. Me and you will never part. Me and StreamYard. Me and StreamYard.
Oh my
There
God.
All right. Hopefully Albie will be back here with us in a minute. Anyway, Mama Noel, you said you're doing well.
I am.
Yeah, there's Albie. There he is.
There he is.
Was it me or was it you?
It was us. It was we had to go get White Shoes Monica to bring us back in. And we did, and so now we good. There's Cuz. We all back in here now. Everything is wonderful. What a week. What a week. Cuz we were just talking about how this week kicked our ass. Like we kicked our ass today. I ain't gonna lie to you. Felt like we was being hazed. Y'all got a little bit of that too with the ice storm and everything. How y'all doing down there in Texas?
All is well. It's time for these kids to go back to school, but all is well.
Have they been out the whole week?
Yeah.
These ninjas done got a free spring break.
Well, they're gonna have to make it up on the back end.
They gonna make it up?
Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah, these ninjas here got a week off too.
Yeah, it sucks, but it is what it is.
It is what it is, bro.
Oh, Mama Noise. Don't go 8. It is what it is.
Huh?
You know that's your phrase you hate.
What'd I say?
He said it is what it is. We know how much you hate that phrase.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
It is what it is. It is.
It is, Mama Noise. Sometimes it's appropriate.
It can't be nothing else.
Right.
Well, we only got one day off, Tuesday.
Y'all just got the one day?
Yep.
They gave these ninjas all the days.
Like the whole city was shut down.
But it's been cold.
I've been colder than a mug.
Been colder than a witch's tip.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I would really like to know how you know that from firsthand information. Like Like, how would you know that? Like, where are you getting this information from? Like, who is this witch that we're all
I
filling up?
would guess it would be Tom Brady who put that information out.
See, I told you.
I mean, you've met my wife.
Oh,
What I'm not going to do is that you besmudge the great name of Opal Joyner on this show.
Whatever. Listen, reality is, I know because of experience.
All right, well.
Mama Noise, how you doing?
I'm well.
Praise God. Praise God.
Praise God. Praise God.
I said, hallelujah.
Praise God. Black folk will make a song out of any phrase.
True.
We'll make a song out of anything. We don't care. Thank you, Lord.
Jimmy Crack Corn, and I don't care. Oh,
that's not one. That's actually not one.
No,
we'll flip that thing into one though. Don't play with us.
Yeah.
We'll Jesus some shit up. We don't care.
Yeah, Mr. Noise will make something, and you be like, "Don't
we
do it."
will Jesus some shit up. We don't care.
No. See that? No.
What? It's true, Mama Noise.
You didn't have to say that.
I just make an example, Mama Noise. Okay, just make an example. Sorry, didn't know that one, Al. She said Jimmy did what?
Jimmy won't mow.
Cuz how you feeling, man? You got through the week like everybody else. The sun is out today. It's thawing some shit. Like we doing all right. Y'all good?
All is well, man. I can't complain.
That's good. All right.
Just another day that the Lord has made.
Come on, just another. How's that one go?
I don't know that one. That's
well, we didn't.
The Lord has blessed me. Just another day He's let me live to see.
Mama, no, we weren't looking for you for reference on that one.
Oh, you? What you say?
We weren't looking for you for reference on that last one. That was a little bit past your demographic. I
want to know, why does my salvation date have to be in question?
It's not. Nobody's questioning your salvation date. We're just saying there's some songs that predate your salvation.
Now
you see party late.
Whoa. Who's we? Who's we?
Al, I heard you question.
No, sir, Bob.
Listen, I got a song. Y'all don't make me lose the song in front of y'all mouth about nothing.
First of all, why I still got to be about nothing?
Just another day that the Lord has kept me.
She don't know this song. Why you keep quoting it?
You know it.
She don't. Mama knows they never heard that song before in her life.
He has kept me from all evil. Kept me with my mind.
No, she's got nothing.
Stayed on Him.
No.
Oh,
are you trying to jog my memory?
Oh, but you know that song.
Oh, I know it. But you fishing for Mama Noise? No.
No, I know Mama Noise. I know that song. She just got saved last week.
Oh, see, no.
She been here longer than that. She been here.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Nope.
No, Mama
I'm not riding in that car. No, sir.
Mama Noise has actually been saved now 24 years.
Hush your mouth.
Yeah, she a veteran.
Jeez.
She know the Lord now. She know the Lord now. I ain't gonna.
You do realize 24 years is just 1999.
Thank you, Kyrie. You came in just in time.
That's right.
So what you trying to say?
Kyrie, where are you? Get in here.
All them years of the late 70s and the 80s and 90s when the church and gospel music was at its.
Yeah, Mama knows you missed the gas part of the church. You really did. You missed all.
I got it when I was supposed to get it.
You missed all the flamboyant stuff. You missed all of that.
No, I didn't need all of that. I didn't need all of that. That was too much.
Well, it wasn't flamboyant back then.
See, that was Mr. Noise Stand of Flamboyance.
What are you talking about?
Now they were just back then. Don't y'all
They didn't flaunt the flamboyancy.
Don't y'all get offended. But back then they was just sissies.
Oh,
see,
that's the same thing.
No.
Don't get offended.
It's different now. It's different.
How's that different?
Because now they what they call it cross dresses. They go all the way.
I was going all the way then. They just wasn't flamboyant. They just wasn't in your face about it.
Back then they was just
they hit it at the conventions.
They were like sweet and low. They wasn't all the way.
Nope.
Right. Emphasis on the low.
Oh my life.
This Black Friday is off to a wonderful start. This is restoring my faith again.
I know. Kyrie said Cuz gets the button.
For what? What does he get a button for?
The truth.
What does he get a button for?
You trying to keep a straight face with you?
I'm trying to understand what he got the button for. I don't understand.
Talking about sweet and low.
They were sweet and low. He's not lying.
True.
He said, absolutely the button.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, he was just telling the truth. Now I ain't gonna hold you.
No, Kyrie, you know what? You can't be saying.
Where are you? Get in here.
Oh.
They're not as bad as New. They're not as bad as New Glow Baptist though.
Oh my God. But not as bad.
New Glow is off the chain. They off the chain. They off the chain.
Following New Glow?
Well, so here's the problem. In setting up the research, I thought I had stopped following them, and they were like, "Nah, you paid for the whole month, so you got to keep going." I was like, "Oh," so I keep getting updates every day. I still got like 2 weeks of updates left.
Mama knows why are you looking like that?
I'm just saying, Mama knows what happened. I don't look at it.
What you talking about? They said I already signed up for the month. You unsubscribed.
I unsubscribed. I unsubscribed the same day.
And then delete.
Mama knows I have deleted. I can't delete the whole site. It's a site.
Erase.
I erased it, Mama knows. I don't engage with the lovely ladies of New Glow Baptist.
There ain't no lovely ladies. Don't cut the
with the lovely.
Wasn't nothing there lovely.
Anyway, listen, this has been a hard week, y'all. Not just in the weather, but it's just been a hard week, period. A lot of nonsense been going on this week. They had the funeral. Was it yesterday or Wednesday? One of these days are running together. Was it yesterday?
Yesterday or the day before? You talking about for Tyree?
Yeah.
It was yesterday.
It was yesterday. Okay, they had the
Was it
funeral
yesterday?
I feel like it was. Man, I don't know why I feel like it was Wednesday, but it was yesterday. So that means we talked yesterday. Then that was you and I talking yesterday. Okay.
I thought
so anyway, they had the funeral.
Now you done confused me.
I'm confused too, but one of these days this week they had the funeral. Is what we're trying to say. It was interesting. I mean, you know, all the usual suspects were there.
No, don't start off like that. That's wrong.
They were there.
That's wrong.
All the usual suspects were in the house.
Oh my God.
Their opinions and whatnot. But what I thought was interesting, I don't know, he may have deleted it by now. Let's see. What I thought was interesting was a post by Steven Jackson. And some of you may remember Steven Jackson, the basketball player. Who co-hosts the show, the podcast, All the Smoke. Well, I think he may have deleted that post.
Okay.
But I didn't delete it.
Okay.
So because I didn't delete it, I have the post. I think I sent it to. Yes, we have the post. I was going to the wrong place. That's what it was. He had some interesting thoughts on Instagram as related to the funeral.
Oh
and
no.
those thoughts actually were kind of aligning with some of the thoughts of my own, which I guess would be a nice place to start the whole conversation.
Wow.
Let me pull it up.
Wow.
Where are they at? I may just have to read it to y'all. I was going to try to show it to you.
Take your time, production. Take your time.
Yeah, production is doing the best they can. It's been a long week, y'all. It really has. Like, this has been just shit. It's the kind of week that the only way to relieve your tension is to cuss. That's the only way. Like, you just got to fire off a few and you'll feel better. Okay, well, let me just read what we have here. The shit ain't coming up. Okay.
Oh my God.
Steven Jackson Instagrammed out because he said he shared his opinion on everybody showing up at the funeral. And he said these words. Here's the quote. Y'all keep letting these folk fool y'all. Same scene. Al Sharpton and the Crump Crew. All for political gain. They prey on people's pain. Seen it firsthand with G. Floyd. If it's not a national media case, you won't see them. Yet we getting killed everywhere by police. Free game.
Okay.
Listen. In my humble opinion, there were no lies. There were no lies told in that particular post. But we're in a conundrum, though. That's the problem. We're in a conundrum. Because what are we going to do? Somebody got to show up and make a noise about it, right?
Right.
Somebody got to be angry and get the party right and help these folks get money for their dead loved one. And so what are you going? What we stuck? But he's not wrong that they don't show up for every case the same way.
Oh, that's true.
So I don't know where we are today as it relates to Black people and what is going on in our community and the pain that we're dealing with. I don't know where we are, and I don't know what the solutions are supposed to be. And so I figured we'd start tonight with some candid conversation. We'll get into some of the other fun stuff and all that good stuff. We'll get into it. But I figured this was a good place to start. So what are y'all thoughts on what Steven Jackson shared with the peoples? Is he wrong?
I mean, it's his opinion. So whether it's right or wrong is irrelevant. That's his opinion. So that's his reality. I personally, I wish that they would do more. I cannot say that they're selling us snake oil. I'm not going to go as far as to say that because I believe they are truly concerned. They truly have compassion for these families. Is some of it self-serving? Absolutely. But I'm not going to discount their sincerity or their compassion altogether.
Well, as you can see in these replies, some people are calling Steven Jackson out saying, well, you didn't care about Black men being killed either until it hit your house. with George Floyd.
Uh-oh.
Listen, here's my opinion, and it's just my opinion.
Yeah.
He's full of shit.
Who is Steve Jackson or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoever he is, I don't know. Whoever he is.
Okay.
You know, some of the same things were said about Martin Luther King by black people too. Yeah, Mama Noah. We were not all on board.
Okay.
We oftentimes want to run our mouth, as the old folks would say, on what people are trying to do to help us. Listen, the situation we're in is so deep and so wide that you need Al Sharptons, you need Crumps, you need the prayer warriors, you need the militants. You need all of us to do our part to try to right what's taking place. It's not a battle that you can fight on one front and win, because the shit's been going on too long. So they should come and stand with. What they're trying to do, the effort is to make it look as if we are united. It's not that they are there. It's as if we as a people are sick and tired of what's taking place. That's the projection that they're trying to give. So I have no problem with them doing what they're doing. I have zero problem with it. My issue is with us. Why don't we highlight all the young black men that have died since that young man got his stuff beat to death? He was beat to death. Why don't we talk about all those young men and young ladies and kids that are dying in the streets of America?
But that's essentially what he said.
No, he put them down in order to lift up something else. That's not what I'm doing. I'm saying we as a people need to care more about all the lives that are lost. We as a people, not Al Sharpton, not Ben Crump. What they're doing is their part. We, us, y'all, me, us need to care more about the lives that are lost, because it comes across as somewhat hypocritical.
I'll mute out.
When you,
No, go ahead. Al's going to unmute. He's gonna respond.
It comes across as somewhat hypocritical when you only want to jump and protest and march and speak when they kill us, whether they is the blue, the black blue, or the white blue. You only want to protest when they kill us, but what about all the other lives that are lost on a daily basis? I don't see us being truly upset about those lives. It's if those lives don't matter.
I don't disagree with what you're saying, but I don't think that's any different than what he said.
No, I think it's totally. Read what he said, man. He said that. What did he say? that don't let them snake oil. Don't let them sell y'all. What?
I said snake oil. Those weren't his.
Yeah, words. No. He said they show up. Same scene. Al Sharpton.
Y'all keep letting these folks fool y'all. That's not what they're doing. I don't think.
I don't think he even said. Oh yeah, he said y'all keep letting. Yeah, okay, there you go. I missed that whole sentence. But he said, yeah, we get killed everywhere by police. That's the same thing you just said.
What now?
At the last line, he says, yeah, we getting killed everywhere by police. He said it was not, his issue with them is that it's not if it's not a national media case, you won't see them. That's what he's saying.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying we're getting killed everywhere by police. I'm
No,
not saying that they are running after the camera. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we as a people need to police ourselves and care about the lives that are lost on a daily basis.
Well, I don't disagree with that. I'm not sure anybody would disagree with what you just said. But what I'm saying is, I'm not sure the marching is effective in any way, whether it's national or local. I mean, okay, exactly were they marching for? For justice, right? Justice for Tyree Nichols. Well, so far in the Tyree Nichols case, the 5 officers that were seen on the video beating the hell out of this man were fired and now have been charged for second-degree murder with the potential for it to be upgraded. They stand to serve 60 years in prison. That's the first thing that's going on. Secondly, some of the officers that were standing idly by allowing this thing to take place are also being fired and let go and maybe soon to be brought up on charges. Then finally, the medical team that ignored or improperly served this young man and essentially watched him die on the street, they have also been fired. So what exactly was the march for?
I would interject, Lloyd, that is not all the injustice that they seek to right, because they are also calling for the organized crime unit to be disbanded, not only the Scorpion unit. They are also calling for complete transparency in officer-involved violence. So there are other things that the marchers or the protesters are calling for that's not being met. But I wanted to hang on to Cuz's coattail and simply say that it is so true. We should be so enraged that these people like Benjamin Crump and Al Sharpton and dare I say Kamala Harris, we should be so enraged as a community that they would have to fight through the crowd to be seen and to be heard. Not in the forefront, which they are, because we're not making enough noise. We should be, as a community, out front. And we should barely even notice that they came in on their black stallion or, to ride in, whatever the case may be.
So that brings us to the conversation, I guess, we're having here tonight. What does, we've asked this question before, but we it's hard to get down the road on this thing, it seems like, because what does reform look like? And I guess one of the other parts of this question that I have, who should be leading this? Who should be I don't know. I'm very much on board with what you're saying, because in that we've allowed ourselves to lull ourselves into the comfort of every black child that is killed is not a big deal until it's the black child that we know, or it's such a sensationalized event that now it suddenly matters to us. I agree with you that our culture has eroded emotionally to such a place where the kid that got killed over shoes or was shot, in the park over a basketball game is not nearly as inflammatory to our emotions as something like this. I agree that that's as wrong as anything else. My challenge is how do we shift a culture from heightened levels of apathy that we experience on a day-to-day basis, where we just simply we see so much that we just stopped caring about any of it to back to it all matters, and we need to be fighting for one another on a day-to-day basis, like Al is saying, to where when a Vice President Kamala Harris or when an Al Sharpton or even when a Benjamin Crump shows up, they're the afterthought, not the first thought. I know you looking around the room like you're trying to understand the question.
I am.
Okay. I'm saying the only reason this got elevated is because, number one, it's the level of sensationalized violence that it is.
Okay.
This isn't just another cop, because here's the reality. Here's the reality that we have to talk about. Cops are beating folk every day in cities all across the 50 United States.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not a new thing. White cops, black cops, Hispanic cops, Asian cops, it don't matter. They're beating people every day. In concert with that, like Cuz is saying, and he's 100% right, black men
They're having issues in Arkansas.
As you say, I think they froze up again.
Yeah, they stuck like Chuck. Must be the train that keep passing by. I don't know.
Rattling the internet.
Exactly.
Uh-oh. One down. Back up. Things are happening. So were you able to get out and about? How bad was it down there?
No, we pretty much stayed in the house and got on each other's nerves.
How many, the full week? I mean, how long has it been going on?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, since Monday. Yep, stuck in the house. So I'm so thankful we have a little square footage so that everybody can go to their own areas and not see each other, because I couldn't handle seeing
Are
them.
you getting notifications? My phone's in the bedroom.
I'm getting notifications that the internet is acting up. Please stand by.
I hear my phone going off, but it's all the way in the other room.
That's the message I just got.
10, 4.
Please stand by. That's what happens when you still got that dial-up. I mean,
say what?
Arkansas is behind.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there you go. There we go. They got that dial-up fixed.
We dropping so much truth tonight. The internet's like, y'all need to calm down.
Dial-up.
What do we miss from y'all?
He was giving me.
So we're just waiting on you guys to come back, because you was right in the middle of sharing some knowledge. So,
well, I was just saying it's the challenge is everything that you're saying. It's the duality of, yeah, we know these police officers whooping our ass is wrong, but also what we're doing to ourselves is equally as wrong. And how do we build a momentum towards that, to where we can fight both of those fronts at the same time, not just one?
you know, truthfully, and this is, it's going to sound part ignorant, and that's okay. All right.
Well, it's a good time for you to say something, ignorant, because your co-pastor just walked through the door.
I am who I am, but
I don't know how I feel about it. Y'all say some ignorant did not show up. I don't know how that shit works.
Well, it felt targeted. I won't lie to you.
It did feel a little targeted there.
the truth of the matter is, if we did a better job of policing ourselves, then we wouldn't need so many police and units and specialized units in our neighborhoods. See, my opinion, the police department, in part, is a reaction to what we're not doing. And oftentimes it gets out of hand. But the reality is, and we all, the men that are on here, Mama Noise, you too, Mama Noise, you too, Mama Noise. I'm going to invite you into the discussion. But most of us, if we're honest with ourselves, would rather not be a police officer in certain areas of our community because of the danger level. Many of our wives would say, no, you need to find another career field because it is such a dangerous job. Mm-hmm. Now that's just the truth. So that's a reaction to what is taking place in our community. If we did a better job on the front end, then they wouldn't be so necessary on the back end.
Well, you know what? That's a great comment. I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah, define doing it on the front end, because
that's the problem.
The job of the guy on the front end is just as dangerous in the same neighborhood as where the police officers policing.
No. The job on the front end is to raise your goddamn kids.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. See, that's why I was going to ask you. Define your front end.
Right. So you're saying if we would raise our kids for real, then maybe some of the violence wouldn't be taking place.
The job on the front end is to teach our young men their value. See, I'm willing to risk it all because I really don't know my value. And if I don't value myself, I damn sure ain't gonna value you.
Very true.
So we're not teaching. And just because a mother hubber puts on a uniform doesn't mean that he has arrived mentally.
Right.
That doesn't mean he's put down Mama Noise. That's how I talk, Mama Noise. That doesn't mean he's put down his biases. That doesn't mean he's put down his racist ways. That doesn't mean he's put down his ignorance. Listen, putting on a uniform is putting on a uniform. That doesn't mean you change internally.
Hate is hate.
Clearly,
hating your heart's hating your heart. Doesn't matter what you do or what you wear.
Right.
An abuser of power is an abuser of power.
Mama knows it is what it is.
It is what it
is.
One
time when I was single, I got pulled over by the police, and he pulled me over to ask me my phone number. I said, "What the? You know what? I should have got the badge number, just so I could say."
Fine, Mama. No, that's different.
This is an abuse of power.
That sound like a hookup.
You done scared the daylights out of me, and all you are is trying to get hooked up, sir. I'm gonna need you to get your life together.
You gotta do what you gotta do, Mama.
So apparently, you don't have the power and influence without the badge on. So only when you got it on, you gonna start doing stuff you think you got a super suit. You feel like you can go around and start doing stuff that you normally don't do when you ain't got no badge on.
That's how them niggas in gray sweatsuits feel.
Nope.
Good point, Mama. That's a good point, Kyrie.
Nigga wear blue when y'all say shit to him, but throw a gray one on, it's a whole different story.
Not again.
No, they lost him again.
They ain't hitting no shit tonight.
Is that the dirty bluff messing with him again? Usually it's me.
That's all it is. That's all it is. They still got that dial up.
Yes, usually I'm the one having the internet problems over here.
Oh, we good. Al B is good. You good. I'm good. They're the ones that's.
How you feeling, Al B?
I'm good, bro. It's just been a long week.
Man.
Still got that small little lingering cough, but it's not nearly as bad as it was.
You came down with a little something?
No, since I had COVID back in May, every time I get a sniffle or something, I get a cough that usually lasts about 2 weeks. And so this one's on the tail end.
Here's what I don't understand. Our internet worked fine through an entire ice storm. shit was falling from the roof, we were fine. Now all of a sudden, okay. Anyway, cuz I don't disagree with what you're saying. In fact, I'll even take it a step further. I think that's where we need to change the march. We need a continual march for the family.
You need a daily march.
We need to show our young men that we care about the family, that we care about our community, not just when somebody kills us, but every day.
And I'm gonna say something that's gonna be wildly unpopular. And this is why our numbers don't grow like they're supposed to. The family original idea. I mean, I'm just being honest. I'm not.
What you talking about?
Whatever the family has evolved into, we understand that. But what we need to promote is the stability of the original idea of what family was supposed to be, and add the element of responsibility to that conversation. So what we're saying is, you have the right to do whatever you want to do. But what we want, what the ideal situation would be for you to bring a life into this world. If you bring a life into this world, as a man, step up and be the father that you're supposed to be. Don't detach from that woman and create the type of connectivity to that woman. The ideal thing would be for you to be married to her, but if for some ungodly reason you just can't, then y'all need to create the atmosphere of family for that child, so that child can grow up in a healthy environment. That's critical. That is a critical part of this conversation.
I agree. But then I also agree with what Cuz said when he said about the young men, because, you know, as a young girl, I remember, man, it just seemed like the guys that I kept bumping into, it would be, or guys that I thought that was possible boyfriend or whatever, they seemed like they didn't know who they was. They didn't, the future, what is that? Planning out what you're about to do with your life in the next couple of years. What is that? It was like, wow. I was like, is that what I got to look forward to as a young woman growing up in this world, is to run into more men that have no idea who they are and where they're going?
Well, see, Mama Noise, we're saying the same thing.
But Mama Noise, are you saying men who didn't know where they were, or boys who didn't know where they were, and what boys they were going to? Because it's a big difference between a boy and a man.
Touché.
18 to 25, just because we label you a man, does not necessarily mean you're a man.
But I'm saying the same thing too. But what I'm also talking to is both the dream and the reality. The reality is that we're gonna still have some transition time where ninjas are gonna go out and create a baby mama. Let's be honest, right? So if you create that dynamic, we have to promote and celebrate that man and say, hey man, now that you've done this thing, you gotta stop being a boy, like Kyrie just said, and be a man and raise this child. Be a man in this child's life. And ma'am, you can't empower this man or don't try to make it hard for this man to be a man in this child's life. Whether it's a girl or a boy. Help him, empower him, give him a lane that's beyond just the finances that he provides. Not saying he shouldn't provide finances, but I'm saying just that's beyond just he needs to have a presence in this child's life. And y'all raise this child together. Now, again, ideally, what we would love is for y'all to be a couple and get married and build the black family structure and the whole nine. That's ultimately what we would love to have. But we have to be realistic about it as well. And that's the sad part about it, because we getting everybody to the moral fiber of really truly promoting family is going to be hard. Because family has a lot of definitions now.
That almost lines up with the video that Cuz sent us today.
Yeah.
From the Honorable Louis Farrakhan.
Yeah.
We have to start appreciating one another. See, when I heard that video, I immediately took it both ways. You know, not just from the female perspective.
Right.
Because we as men got to quit dogging these women out as well. Because we are ultimately products or the solution to our own equation.
Can I say something that's gonna sound weird when I start, but it's gonna make sense when I'm done? I love sex. Love it. It's one of my favorite things on earth. Big fan. Big fan. No, I do, Mama knows I do. And more importantly, I love it with you. But I'm more than my sexuality.
Thank you for that.
Hold on, let me finish. I'm more than my sexuality. My conversation is more than my sexuality. So to promote my sexuality and how much you'll understand by and by. Sorry, if this is uncomfortable, you may need to moderate mute.
Clearly.
But here's my point. I'm more than that. And I don't want to just put that energy into the world alone. There are other things that I want to discuss about who I am as a black man, who I am as a father, who I am in this society that are equally as important as that. It's amazing to me that we have made that the topic of all topics. It dominates most of our areas of conversation in society. It dominates our music. It dominates our what we see on TV. It dominates everything in black culture. And by the way, I think that's by design. I think that's by design, because if we all just focus on fucking, then that's what we are.
Well, you just traded one slave.
Say it again, Kyrie.
Other, you went from picking cotton to entertainment.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
Here's why I brought that up the way that I did, because I'm looking at these young ladies and these women and even our top artists, and the common thread of even like these, you know what? People are going to pay $2,000, $4,000, $6,000, $10,000 to go to watch Beyonce shake her ass for 2.5, 3 hours.
Shit, that was a lie. I get that shit on. I know how to jailbreak my Fire Stick. I see that shit for free.
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there.
Cuz said he going.
Yeah, the whole family's going.
And she'll be in her one piece, shaking it up the whole time.
I want to be right up front. I want to see how far it hangs.
It could be on the ground. I ain't paying that damn much for it.
Dragging her wagon. And that's not shade on Beyonce. That is a commentary on the reality of what has become our society.
It's no different than a Michael Jordan shoe.
I don't remember y'all crying about how much that white girl's tickets cost.
I'm crying about that too. I wasn't paying attention
about that. And we wasn't crying about it because we wasn't going.
I keep hearing everybody else talk about how much the black girl ticket cost. If she can get it, let her get it.
She can get her money. Let her get her money.
Which white girl are we talking about?
You know, the one that broke the internet.
Swift.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
But see, Lloyd was saying it's going to be a bunch of eviction notices going to be passed out following the Beyonce concert.
That ain't right. That ain't right.
People are going around trying to move.
It is right.
To get
you know I'm telling the truth.
No, you're not.
You damn right. I'm gonna use my red money.
That tour was strategically released right around tax season.
Mm-hmm.
And they gone again.
You ain't gonna.
You get that refund. Go ahead and purchase that ticket. Get it out of the way.
What is it? Typically around tax time,
you can trade your Section 8 in for an outfit to go to the concert.
That's what's happening.
All that tax money is going straight to.
That's IRS tickets.
Yep.
Me, you, and Cuz gonna buy them tickets.
Just lost them again. What?
I got my backup. I got my backup going now. So, but you're right, Al. The Section 8. That was the last thing I heard. You trade your Section 8 in for it to go to the concert.
No, Section 8 gonna buy the outfit.
You know, it won't only be Section 8 people up in there buying them damn tickets. I'm gonna be up in there, and I ain't got no Section 8. So y'all stop dogging us out because we want to go see and support a sister.
I don't think this has anything to do with being and supporting a sister. I'm talking about the fact that we. I'm not talking about the price of the tickets because like you said, she can charge whatever she wants, and whoever go, they go. And whatever financial hardships comes behind that, that's on them.
And hopefully no financial hardships come.
Hopefully no financial hardships come. But my point was the concert will be filled with the shaking of ass.
I ain't got no problem with you. I ain't got no in two different places at the same time.
It's because I got my backup.
Look right and look left at the same time. That's pretty good.
Donate.
There we go. I'm trying to keep it up so we won't have any more issues.
How are you doing that with no feedback?
Oh wow.
Well, I muted one and turned the volume down, and I'm hoping that will keep it crisp tonight. I've been working on some things.
There's two of them.
Two different angles. That's pretty good.
Well, I can get one off the screen. It ain't no big deal.
Oh my gosh.
Just if the internet goes down again, I'm prepared. That's all I'm trying to say.
Just got to flip back and forth.
I just got to flip back and forth, you know. But no, I my point is there's a culture now of sexuality, of heightened sexuality. Right now, the number one album in the country is SZA's SOS album. It's been number one on Billboard for 6 weeks now. And I finally got a chance to listen to it today. It is a masterclass in
masturbating.
No.
Oh.
What the hell?
Oh, I thought you said master class. Master class.
Princess Noise, are you still on mute and moderating?
Yeah, I gotta give you a button for that. That was I didn't see that.
Savage! I'm a savage!
No, not masturbating, Mama Noise. Not at all. It's a master class in the necessity of therapy. Because the whole album sounds like she need a friend. And she need to go talk to somebody. She even says that many times on the album, I need therapy.
She's depressed?
She's all over the place. I'm gonna tell you what, she has the talent and ability of an Amy Winehouse. She's that talented.
Oh wow.
But she also has the sensibility and current understanding of the world of an Amy Winehouse. You could tell she's emotionally and psychologically all over the place.
Well, let me
but that makes for good music sometimes.
Give a disclaimer that the reason why I said masturbation was because if Smokey Robinson, what?
You can't clean that up.
If Smokey Robinson has got an album coming out called Orgasms, then most certainly that's where we're going to when you got to get somebody from the past who talks about the tracks of their tears, and now all of a sudden he's saying his next album's got to be about orgasms so he can stay relevant. So you're like, okay, well then that must be something. It's got to be something sexual.
Smokey still having orgasms?
I believe they one in the same.
Tracks of the tears.
Okay,
I don't know.
I'm curious to know how old Smokey is. Talking about orgasm.
Smokey 75,
84, 85.
He gotta be
80.
Somewhere close to 80.
Well, Smokey gonna mess around and have 82.
Dang.
Smokey gonna mess around and I mean, if he's in good shape and he can still keep it pumping, I mean, I guess
He's trying to. He
It's
like
just the men flowing down his back.
What?
Smokey shooting dust bunnies. That's all Smokey shooting is dust bunnies.
Savage.
Why y'all shading Smokey?
No, because if Ron Isley can be a zaddy, then Smokey Robinson can be whatever Smokey Robinson is, an 82.
Him and Ron about the same age, Mama Noise.
I mean, I'm just saying. But see, ladies feel differently about Ron Isley than they do Smokey Robinson.
I don't know if they do, Mama. No, I'm trying to tell you.
Oh
until they go to a concert and see him up on stage, like, no, he ain't got it. That nigga brilliant. But then I digress. Let's.
They may have to do all the work. That's
I am on the fan page of Ron Isley and his concerts. He's got like 4 of them in this year, 4 or 5 of them this year, and now that you can make arrangements to meet him personally.
Mama Noise, how are you bringing this up now? How is this relevant to the conversation?
It's relevant to the conversation. I'm thinking that's what
you see Ron's avatar. You see Ron's avatar. That's how Ron Isley looks at you when you.
No, he don't. No, he don't. Don't be throwing shade on Ron Isley.
Mama Noise, can we move on from Ron Isley? Because that really wasn't the point.
Well, you talked about SZA and
your point. My point was that the music, like you said, with Smokey Robinson's album title, is permeating and reinforcing an ideology that our kids are saying, well, I guess that's what music is. I guess that's what I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be this sexual being. I'm supposed to be this overtly sexual being. Or I'm supposed to think about it all the time. I'm supposed to lead with it. I'm supposed to sit in the restaurant and have and make arrangements to go do it. Like that's where we are, society. We're not telling young men that of the beauty of sex and romance and what it means to romance a lady and all those things. We're not reinforcing that message in our societal messages.
Why not?
Well, that's the thing we're trying to discuss tonight, Mama Noise. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why it shifted like this. I don't know why. Some would call it liberation. I just don't feel like it is, though.
It doesn't say.
Kyrie and Al, did you tell your sons about romance?
I play juvenile back at ass up every chance I get for them.
What?
No, we do teach them about romance and all that, but to answer Lloyd's question, it doesn't sell. That's why you don't hear the reinforcements about love and romance and taking a woman out. That stuff don't sell.
Listen. It's a bunch of bullshit. Y'all getting off track.
No, we're not.
You can't teach romance. You have to display it. A young man needs to see it.
That's teaching, bro.
But that's teaching. That's teaching.
No, listen. I understand through words. I understand what you're saying, Daddy. I understand what you're saying. But these boys need to see mama being treated a certain way.
Yeah.
These boys need to be told.
He said that already. Don't just give it. Don't be hyping cuz up like he said.
These boys need to be told. Stop at that door. Open that door for your mama. These boys need to be taught how to respect women. And a lot of that's done because daddy is enforcing it. But if there's no daddy at home to enforce it, then where are these boys getting it from? They're not.
Like I said,
listen.
That's what we just.
When I was listening to Janet Jackson talk about
it's not selling because they're not showing it, but teaching.
When I was listening to Janet Jackson talk about she was nasty, I wasn't thinking about romance. See, Daddy taught me about the romance. Janet taught me about shake that ass.
No, Janet said she could shake that ass. But she never allowed you to get close enough to do it, because if you wasn't a gentleman and wasn't going to treat her right, she understood that we all understood in order to get Janet, there had to be a standard that you hit. Now, if you were lucky to crack the code like a Rubik's Cube, then you might get the nasty side of Janet. That's the difference. We talked the complete complexity of the journey, not just the one thing. But somehow, over time, women were like, well, forget all that romance stuff. I just lead with the nasty and hope that gets me back to the other stuff. And guys were like, I'm cool with that.
That's because they don't expect it, and they know they're not going to get it. So therefore, you can sit up here and hold tight to your morals and your standards all you want to. You're going to be at home alone.
What do you mean they don't expect it?
Oh, come on, man. Come on. What do you mean? What do I mean?
There's some good guys out there that are trying to do it right.
Listen. The good guy that came up to Mama Noiz, he showed her who he was. That's the problem. Our young men aren't showing the ladies who they are. So the ladies have an expectation, and most of them live up to it.
Say that again, the last part. The ladies have an expectation.
An expectation of our men, and most of our men live up to it, which ain't
that sounds negative the way you're saying it.
They don't expect shit.
See,
they don't get shit.
I don't. Do you agree with that, Al?
Come on now. Listen. How long? It would be foolish of a woman. How long are you gonna continue to lie to yourself about what you gonna get?
So they're supposed to just give up?
No, I'm not saying that. But the reality is expectations are low. They're low.
I agree with that.
So you saying your ass is saying, I just want to say that. I'm letting off some steam today, y'all. Y'all bear with me. You're saying that we are the reason why the expectation of women has shifted to I have to shake my ass in order to get the attention I'm looking for.
We follow your lead.
But
I'm not necessarily saying it's true, Lloyd, but I'm saying that's where their thought process is. We've heard it. We've heard it time and time again on this here podcast.
Yeah.
We get the BBL because that's what y'all want. We get the
that's true. We have heard it here quite a bit.
The hair extensions because that's what y'all want. Not necessarily true. We wear the 2-inch eyelashes because that's what y'all want. Not necessarily true.
I've never been in a conversation with a group of men ever in my life that has said, I don't want her unless she has a BBL. I don't want her unless she has long eyelashes.
They're not gonna say it.
But that's the woman's perceived. That's the woman's perception. Her perception is that's what they're talking about. That's their perception.
To echo what Cuz said, their thought process is we ain't never gonna be the Prince Charming that they looking for. So I'm gonna settle for what I got, what he is.
Tyrone the Pimp.
So Tyrone the Pimp. So okay, so we're not loud enough then. That's what we're saying. The guys who are saying and have been saying the right thing the whole time aren't loud, are being drowned out by the niggas who are so damaged that they just like, I can get away with whatever.
You sir are a sports writer. You've been to many sporting events. Covered many sporting events. It is often rare that the visiting team makes as much noise as the home team.
That's a great point, sir. That is a point that I cannot argue.
So we are the visiting team now, unfortunately.
So that's the march. So really, everybody shouldn't be invited to the march. That's what I'm hearing. Because if you can't help us shift the narrative, or if you can't get on board with a brighter and better
So Lloyd,
no.
Wait,
You
Lloyd,
can come to
when you
the
pick a,
I'm asking. I'm just asking.
when you pick your 5 for your basketball game, are you gonna pick 5 players who gonna help you win? Or are you gonna pick 4 players to help you win and 1 help you lose?
I'm trying to pick all 5 that's gonna help me win. That's my goal. I'm coming with 4 that I'm coming with. I'm trying to pick 4 other guys who will have the same passion to win as I have.
No, you're gonna pick 5 that have the same passion and win that you have. You don't want that 5th one not to have that same passion.
No, I'm the 5th one.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So you're gonna pick a team of like-minded individuals with similar goals, similar ambitions, similar lifestyles to help build to your team. Now, does it mean we leave everybody behind? We're not going to leave everybody behind. You can't leave everybody behind. I mean, you'll go and try to, you'll see potential in a cat. You can go see, he's got 98% what I need. I'm going to try to see if I can help him get that other 2%.
Can I be honest with you about what you just said about are we going to leave everybody behind? Because now I'm starting to see that differently. No, I'm being honest. I'm just being honest, bro. Like, I'm just listen. Some niggas may get left behind for a while in the beginning because they're just not ready to go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes, like, they have a G League for a reason. To stay with this basketball analogy, which I think is perfect for this conversation. Some guys aren't ready for the real game. So they start in the G League so they can learn what it means to be an NBA player. So that when they make it to a roster, they can contribute or play at a high level. We don't need guys. I saw an interesting interview with Charles Barkley with on All the Smoke. Shout out to those guys who did a phenomenal job with that interview. 2-hour interview, long interview, but it's really good. Although it could be shorter, Charles would just keep repeating himself. But he does. He repeats himself a lot. But it's good information, though. He's talking about good stuff. They asked him point blank, period, what does he think about today's NBA? And he said it's bad basketball. And it's bad because it's just a bunch of guys coming down, jacking up threes now. And it's everybody. It's not just one person. It's the whole team. It's big guys, small guys, guys who actually can shoot, guys who can't shoot. Everybody want to be Steph Curry. And there's a truth to that because one guy had tremendous success with this. And so everybody thinks they can have tremendous success with this. But the challenge is the negative of that is also true. If one guy said, I'm a pimp, I'm a thug, I'm a gangster, I don't have to romance these broads, I can just go out here and get this ass as much as I want, whatever, and it worked for him at a high level, that also sets a precedence. So now guys are like, well, I don't have to.
Right.
It's 10-1. If I miss it out on the first 3, the other 7 will give me what I want.
Vicious circle.
It's a vicious circle. So to your point, Kyrie, everybody can't be on the team. Not this team. We may have to start with some smaller numbers and work our way up to something bigger. But if we are loud enough in the process, maybe that's when the change starts. It needs to become uncool not to be a good black man.
So, along with that, Mr. Noise, I like that statement you just made. Boy, do I like that statement you just made. I had a conversation with an old dumbass Negro earlier.
Oh my!
What did you call him?
It sounded like you called him an old dumbass nigga.
You just call him old dumbass?
Negro.
Yeah, dumb and
I can call him that because it's my brother-in-law. I mean,
got you. Okay. No.
Wow. Okay.
Is something wrong, Mama Doris?
Clearly not.
Clearly, you have that right to call him a dumbass.
The conversation, the statement that he made He said, "You do know that black women treat each other worse than black men treat black women."
Say that again.
He said, "You do know," stating it with facts, right? Like he know what he talking about. That black women treat each other worse than black men treat black women.
I disagree.
And I said, "Wait a minute now."
I don't know if that's true. Yeah.
But see, that's a thought that a lot of black men have. That
And,
black
and
women,
that's
huh?
and that's widely people say that all the time. You see it
That
on
all the
TV,
time.
you see it on news, you hear that everywhere.
No, I'll say I know a few women, black women, they have zero female friends because they, as we say, they real catty.
Right.
Right.
But
Right.
in the overall picture, I have to totally disagree with him.
So I was discussing with him, even though he didn't want to hear what I had to say. Stuck on stupid kind of
been there.
Stuck on.
You in your house though, then they got to listen.
No, he in my house. Brother-in-law, not nephew.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Nephew lives here. Yeah.
No.
I can't get rid
He
of
got to listen.
I can't get rid of these damn tomatoes. But anyway, they like cockroaches. They just keep coming.
Don't do that.
He just wanted to even the number.
That wasn't necessary.
Offset some of the estrogen in the house.
Damn.
Anyway.
That was okay.
So he was trying to say that black women treat each other worse than black men. I say, that's a broad statement. It's a generalization, and it's a lie. I say because if you think about it, the cattiness of women, the backbiting of women one to another, the calling of names, or the pulling of hair. I say 2 weeks later, a month later, you'd have forgot what that argument and all that bullshit was about. I say, but when you as a man impregnate a woman and you leave that woman for 18 years to raise your nut, I say there is nothing more damning to a woman than a man that does that to her. Because that's the highest level of disrespect. You don't respect her enough, because the reality is most women, now Mama knows you never had this experience, so I want to tell you about it.
Okay.
Most women that have to raise kids by themselves, they spend a lot of nights crying alone, trying to figure out how they gonna make this thing work. How they gonna raise this boy to be a man? How they gonna raise this girl to be a young lady and respect me? And when daddy didn't respect her enough to stay, how am I gonna make ends meet? How am I gonna get Junior to where he needs to be? And how am I gonna get her to where? How am I gonna do it by myself? And the reality is, a lot of women have those silent tears at night by themselves. And we think that they're so strong. They're so strong. These black women are suffering doing that by themselves because it's not an easy thing to do.
Let me tell you why I like what you said when you said what you said when you said it. And this is another weird example, but it works. Country Wayne is right now doing his skits and he's having a great time. He's got his whole universe going. One of the storylines, there's a guy who's I guess, current and reformed drug dealer who has two baby mamas that are always arguing. They are always arguing with each other. They are, as Al described earlier, they catty towards each other. Both got kids by this one guy. Finally, they came together and said, why are we arguing? Because neither one of us are with him. When they said that, I thought that was one of the most powerful things that I'd ever heard. Because it goes back to the false narrative that you just said. Here are these two women arguing with each other over a guy that neither one of them possess. Now, to his credit, he didn't foster this argument. He wasn't trying to promote it. But because he never settled with either of them, he has created it. I would submit to some of you that some of the quote-unquote cattiness of a generation of black women stems from the disappointment, frustration, anger, and damage of an irresponsible group of men who simply did not handle those situations properly. This is my opinion.
I had to come off camera because I was shaking my head so hard. I knew I was going to get vertigo, so I had to come off camera.
I'm just saying.
Mm.
When you leave a trail of bodies in the street, see, let me tell you something. We often talk about the black boys that are being left in the street killed, but there are romantic murders taking place every day also in the hood.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
And they are just as damaging to the fabric and the culture of our society than as those black boys that are dying in the streets as well. Those are just slower deaths.
Yes, sir.
What is it about us? What is it about us that refuse to take the responsibility of our actions as men? We don't stand up on the front end, and then once we cause the damage, we don't acknowledge the damage on the back end. What is it about us that says that my manhood obviously doesn't matter? So therefore, we blame the women, we blame society, we blame everybody but we ourselves. That's why I'm so hard on men. And you guys say I'm the defender of the earth, like I give a damn.
But it's fine.
Like I give a damn. But that's why I'm so hard on men, because we are should be leaders. I don't have to lead a corporation, but damn it, I can lead my family.
But why should
I don't have to. I don't have to teach. I don't have to teach a whole football team of men, but I could teach my son.
Right, but I'm asking your question with a question. But as a black man, young black man, why should I? There's nothing had ever taught me, told me, shown me, blessed me to tell me to do that. So why should I?
We have not incentivized, nor have we, though we shouldn't have to. We shouldn't have to incentivize black men to do the right thing. We shouldn't have to, but I'm just saying we haven't. But we have not given the proper example consistently to this generation's black men to where they can see the path of how their actions affect the whole of our culture. They don't see it.
They don't see
how their individual thing. I'm just living my life, bro. I'm just living my life. Yeah, but I'm paying for your life. Like me and Al and Mama Noise and Cuz and Ron, we all paying for you to live this life. You're not paying for it. Somebody got to put this money on this EBT card. Somebody got to put this money on this. I'm just saying, we paying for it.
You know, and it's a sad commentary that you got to have the government come in and tell you to take care of your kids. You got to be threatened to go to jail. Somebody put you in jail before you take care of the kids that you brought in this world.
Put you on paper. That's what they say now.
Man, they put me on paper, dog. They got me on paper.
She went down there and put me on paper. No good hussy. Pretty sure they don't say hussy anymore.
Oh no, they used the B word, bro. It gets serious.
So yeah, typically Cuz give us the old people shit when they say certain words, but you know, that was the oldest shit I think I've heard you say on this show.
We all morphing into one. We all gonna be Cuz.
For real. There are words we're all saying now.
You see, I got to develop me another thin spot.
I ain't gonna lie. I was in full Cuz mode this afternoon. I was He's our mentor. What can I say? We've all become defenders. We all become our own little Justice League of cussing ball men. I don't know what's going on.
All 5 of us gonna be sitting here in the near future saying, "Well, we're gonna be bald for one."
No, all 5 of us ain't.
And we're gonna be saying, "Well, shit hell."
Shit hell.
4 of us will be bald. 4 of us.
Four of us will be bald. 4 of us will be bald. You'll just have a bald mentality, Mama Noise. That's all. You won't be actually bald, just a bald mentality.
No, I don't like that.
Listen. I don't know. I want to go back to what Kyrie said. I really think we're not going to be able to build a team holistically. Like we're not going to be able to march in those vast numbers that they're marching in now. Because to be honest with you, they shouldn't be marching in those vast numbers now. Everybody that's out there marching ain't marching because they understand the exact cause that we're marching for.
What was the purpose? What was the purpose of the Million Man March?
Why
all the black men on one accord.
Atonement.
That's what was stated. Atonement, and we were supposed to have some action items to go back to our neighborhoods with.
Unify a single plan.
But to do what though? I don't remember.
Grow the family.
And how'd that work out?
That was part of the plan. Grow the family. Bring the family. Actually, was grow the family and bring the family back.
Aren't they planning another one this year?
Oh, please don't do this.
2 Million Man March.
I don't know if it's 2 Million Man March, but I think they are planning.
What we need though is we don't need a Million Man March in Washington D.C.
You don't.
We need to march in our own streets, so our young men can see us.
Yeah,
caring about the family. We're not marching because anybody was shot. We're not marching and carrying signs because of injustice. We're marching because we need to take back the family.
Million Man March was a goal to foster a goal of fostering a spirit of support and self-sufficiency within the black community. Organizers of the Million Man March also sought to use the event as a publicity campaign aimed at combating the negative racial stereotypes in the American media and in popular culture.
Yeah, it seems like it got worse since then.
Okay. They went the wrong way, in my opinion, with that.
Yeah, the 3 things were atonement, reconciliation, and responsibility.
Well, you can't really say atonement because most of us don't.
Mama knows this is a dig at me and you. I know it's coming.
What the hell you talking
I
about?
don't think it's a dig. I don't think it's a dig.
What the hell you talking about atonement? What's that?
You got to say you sorry.
You know what? There are Christians that don't know nothing about atonement.
Go back to your baby mama and tell her you sorry.
But Mr. Noise, that can't be a once a year or once every 5-year sermon. We need to hear that over and over again so that our young men it becomes second nature to them. They need to hear it.
I don't believe let me say it this way. Event-based challenges are only as effective as the men who come with the thought process of change. And if they don't come saying, I'm going to this event to be different when I return, this is a waste of time. And a lot of times these guys they're going for the spectacle of it. They're going for the attendance of it, to say I was there. They're not going for actual self-reflection and to truly say I want to be a better person on the inside. So I agree with you. And by the way, I'm not sure you can accomplish that in a day for most men.
So this might sound bad. So would the Million Man March work better if it was done like the Essence Festival? You did it every day. You talked about it every day. Because think about it.
Essence Festival.
We will break our neck. Go to Essence Festival. Go to the Jazz Festival. We'll do all them damn festivals. But the shit that's really important for us, it's the Million Man March. Marches always come to an end. We never start that march up again. We'll march and stop.
If we had signs and if we marched down Main Street, which is Dr. Martin Luther King Boulevard, and if we did that every Saturday for a month straight, young men would start getting the message that each one of us have a responsibility to the community. I think the responsibility to the community right now in the minds of our young men is totally lost.
There's no community no more.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't think there is a sense of responsibility beyond self-preservation. Like, I'm responsible for me. And that message is the loudest message of society.
That's the most consistent message among our black men.
Hey, people don't take ussies.
Take selfies.
They take selfies.
Ussies.
They'll say, let's capture this moment for us so that we have something to reflect on.
Oh my gosh. This is my moment.
This is my moment. This is about me. It's about my followers and my likes.
Let me go take a picture with my child. Let me go take a picture with my kids.
Everybody come see my vacation.
Yeah.
And listen, that's a very difficult mindset to shift. That's why I think we got to go back to what we said earlier. I don't think you can build a 1,000,000-man team. Maybe there are 1,000,000 guys who are truly on board and good candidates to come together to create a movement. But I would think that takes a vetting process that I'm not sure we're ready to get involved in yet. Like, we would have to vet those guys.
You can build the team, but it's consistency in building the team. You don't build a team overnight.
That's it, Ron. We got to stop looking at this as quick hitter solutions. This is going to take some time.
The 1,000,000-man march was a quick hitter.
Right.
A one time, we did it one time, boom, we said we did it, and it was a one time. You don't build that over a one-day event. That shit takes time. That's like when your analogy about the G League. G League is 0 to 18. That's you developing your kid from 0 to 18 in the G League to make it to the NBA.
Yep.
All right, not 20, 18, could be 25, whatever the number is. But that's you building that kid to get to that level.
Al, I was looking for your 1,000,000-man march.
I can't find anything either.
There's a Facebook page with it.
I had heard something about it. I thought I'd heard the good Reverend Dr. Al talking about it a few months ago, but I could be wrong.
No. You're not wrong, because I did hear him saying something about they were working on something that was going to be similar to that, and they were going to meet in Washington and do all these different things. And I don't know if it ever came to pass.
I would not want them doing Washington again.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want them to do it, period. Like, I just don't see.
I would say if you're gonna do the 1,000,000-man march, do it across just like they all walk for George Floyd across the U.S. Do that walk again across the U.S. Damn, just Washington.
Anthony Bruce said, shout out to Anthony Bruce. He said, "Do movements work?" That's my challenge. I don't know if they. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think moments work. I think movements do work.
Right.
Because the civil rights movement worked.
The moment doesn't work.
But moments don't necessarily work because we're only as inspired as the we're only as inspired as the moment itself.
You know, we got short attention spans.
We got short attention spans, bro. I'd love to see what this is about, Al.
Right. I read their bio on their Facebook page, which sounds right on point with what we're discussing. An organization formed to restore Black unity in Black communities.
So now here they are, but now here's the other side of it. Here they are. I guess they're going into a store. Oh man.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't listen to the volume because I was listening to you guys.
Yeah, no.
I saw that the other day.
What up, though? What up, though? How y'all doing? Y'all all right? What's up? What's going on, man? All right. Moving around the hood. Right.
Good.
Appreciate y'all so much, man.
Why they got the guns though? I don't understand the guns.
So they're supposed to be like the Black Angels.
Well, the Black Panthers, maybe. Come support our movement, or we'll shoot you. I don't. That's a.
No, well, what were they called? Whatever, Angels.
New era. Oh, I don't know. What are you talking about? The Angels.
He's talking about Hell's Angels.
Right. They used to go around the hood and stuff, their hood or whatever areas that they were a part of.
Vigilantes, so to speak.
Right.
I don't know about
protect the people.
Now, I think Hell's Angels were revenging the people.
Family movement of a new era nation. Exclusively connect and develop urban communities worldwide through our original mud roots concept. Okay. Self-accountability, household accountability, community accountability, economic accountability, political accountability. I like all those things.
Mm-hmm.
They're having a Zoom meeting February the 5th.
That's Sunday.
Is it supposed to be something nationwide or is it less locally?
I would think this is something that they're trying to build into something.
It's in Detroit, but they're in their bio. They're saying they're trying to make it a national.
So this is it growing right here. They got one in RVA, whatever that is. Cleveland, Long Beach.
RVA would probably be Richmond, Virginia.
There you go. Let's go with that. Philly, the DMV, Chicago, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Miami, Dallas, Baltimore, Atlanta, Nigeria. Wow. And Birmingham.
Alabama.
It's growing. And it goes back to what you were saying, Kyrie. They don't they got a lot going. It's a lot they're trying to do. Some of the programs. That's a lot of programs.
Yeah, it's just, you got to build consistency. You gotta.
Yeah, I like the concept of building consistency. I like the emphasis on the Black family. I'd like to hear more. I'd like to. Do we need the guns?
I think that complicates it, but then at the
They're in
same time,
Detroit, bro.
They're in Detroit. They're in Detroit. They're in
The
Detroit.
answer is yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe 20 years from now when it gets a
No,
little
I
better, they in
don't, I
Detroit.
don't know. I don't know the climate in Detroit. I was just making a.
No, I liked it. It was funny. I was on board with that one. I'd love to talk to him about. We need to get him on here or something maybe and have a conversation.
Anthony Bruce, yeah, he's right. He invested in 1 million kids from birth on. That's your G League.
And let that be the beginning of the foundation of
2020. Was it 2024 G League? We start with the next year, babies.
AKA adolescents.
Well,
you're a baby daddy starting in 2024. It's your time.
oh, wow.
It's definitely worth the conversation. I'm gonna check out the new era of Detroit and see what they're talking about. But I like the sentiment of what they're trying to accomplish. Cuz are you okay with new era Detroit based on the little that we heard tonight?
Like I say, there's plenty of room for different fronts because the problem is so big.
The problem is
I personally wouldn't want to be a part of an organization that's doing that much. I think you have to be singular focused because you can really get off into the weeds, and eventually something is going to become more important or more of a generator of funds or more of a generator of attention. So you end up following what you believe is working versus what you believe really matters.
right.
I believe what really matters is teaching our young men that they have value to the community. Before you ever start having sex, if you having sex, before you ever get a job, you have value to the community. The community needs for you to be the very best you can be. And we have to start holding young men accountable to that belief. That whatever you do, it's not done in isolation. It affects us all.
Yeah.
And until you drill that home, then talking about finance and talking about whatever else they were talking about, though I think they're important, I think we need to stay on accountability one to another.
I don't necessarily disagree with any of that. Whatever happened to the Steve Harvey mentor camp? Did COVID kind of kill that?
Yeah, because it stopped right during COVID.
Yeah, I think it stopped right before his last COVID situation because he was doing this pretty strong, and then I think he just kind of COVID might have snatched that away from him.
See, everybody can't afford to go to the camp.
Well, that's part of it. I guess what I was thinking of is when you said mentoring young men. See, that goes back to that movement moment thing too. I mean, though it seemed like it was somewhat effective.
What?
A lot of kids got helped.
What?
Through that process.
Through what process?
Huh?
Through what process? Oh, Steve's.
Yeah, Steve's.
It is still in existence.
Yeah.
It is still in existence?
They are accepting online applications. It is in the form of a virtual mentor.
Yeah.
Goes from January to June, every first Saturday of the month.
Oh, so he's mentoring ongoing now.
That's what needs to be done. It can't be a once a year thing. You have to every Saturday. You got to grab it.
Sort of like what was that program they used to have at the Y?
Oh, Black
Achievers.
Black Achievers.
I'd love to know how many Black Achievers students are still doing well, or how their families have turned out, or if they have families at all.
That's a good that's a good point. All those programs and stuff we had growing up in the community center, or even some of the stuff that used to meet in the church. I mean, I may not have been in the church at the time, but every now and then they had some type of workshop that would be in the church building. And they didn't talk anything about church. They just kind of had the workshop or whatever there in the building.
I know if you was in the building, in the workshop, you was in church.
No, it wasn't.
What? You know what's interesting about all of what we talked about here tonight? Not one time have we mentioned the church until just now.
Because I don't think it should be about the church. I think we still live our lives and they will see that through us. But I don't think we need to preach church to the community.
This is so much bigger than organized religion.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, because the Bible says,
hey, glory,
we are the church. So we need to move away from the mentality of that gathering place, that building as being the church. But this is bigger than that assembly place of God. This is bigger than that gathering place.
So you're saying they need to bring it outside the church, bring it to the community.
You missed my whole thought there, Ron.
Nobody needs to be a part of it if you can't relate to everybody.
Come on.
If you can't speak to everybody.
My mind keeps circling around Cuz Noise and his time in the ARMY, especially during basic training. It was a large group of people, right?
Right.
But only one person was calling out the cadence.
Right.
Y'all were marching around.
Right.
So we need to be on one cadence.
Ooh.
And that's the problem. We can't get there. There's too many people calling out the cadence.
But and like we said earlier, too many individual plans and not one focused plan. And everybody can be a master of different parts of the plan, but everybody's plan should somehow match to the final plan that needs to be done. And that's the problem. The plans are not matching to the end plan.
That's why those marches are wildly ineffective. Because one person is screaming out one thing, and then another group is screaming out something totally different. Then you got 5 different other things, and ain't nobody really understood what we out here for.
Hence the ineffectiveness of the Black Lives Matter.
Right. Well, no, they knew what they were doing. They were clear. We got to get this money.
No, I think there was just too many voices.
There's way too many voices. Way too many voices. So anyway, we got a couple of little quick other things just to throw out to the Black Friday crowd today, y'all. We mentioned the Beyonce tickets are on sale now. Go get them at your local whatever. Spend as much as you need to spend. As for me and my house.
Hell no, can't do that.
Bring me 12 EBT codes.
You're muted, cuz. You're muted.
Mr. Noise. Mr. Noise. How do you say that?
I'm not spending that kind of money for an artist. I wouldn't want anybody to spend that kind of money to come see me. I that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
But that's a very relative statement, though. That's just
No, it really isn't.
It really is.
No, it's really not. Because here's the reality. You can charge whatever you want to charge. You can. I'll never forget Shaquille O'Neal was about to re-up his deal with Reebok. And they were gonna pay him a boatload of money. And a black woman met him in the parking lot and said, "You dirty son of a bitch."
Damn.
And he said, why you coming at me? She said, "You got us out here fighting in the streets for some damn tennis shoes. And you could do better than this."
Oh, yeah, she was a single mother.
Single mother, got 2-3 boys. And she said, now I got to worry about my kids because you want to charge this absorbent amount of money. And again, you can charge whatever you want. It's up to you. But he knew he had the power to control that. And he said the day he was supposed to sign his deal, he went in there and told Reebok, "Never mind, I'll do my own thing." He purposely came out with his Shaq shoes and made them affordable because of that experience. And he's done quite well with those shoes, huh?
That woman owes him an apology because Shaq didn't set that price point.
No, she absolutely doesn't. But my point is, he didn't set the price point, but he didn't fight against it either at the time.
I think as a mother, she probably was like, I understand that you all you NBA players, y'all got your contracts, you get paid millions of dollars to advertise all these other things, but is anybody thinking about these children that want to be like you, and you got these contracts and stuff with these shoes that are so unbelievably expensive? Is there anything you could do to accommodate those of us who just can't go out and spend $200 and $300 on a pair of shoes that most of the time it's these boys that are going to grow out of it? They're going to have a growth spurt and be out of the shoe size within a couple of months or so.
But as a parent, you have an option to say, "I'm not buying them goddamn shoes." Just because my kid want them, don't mean my kid's gonna get them. And we lost both of them again. Ain't that a bitch?
Good Jesus Lord, man.
You lost him bad this time. He might be gone.
I'm looking at these tickets that they selling at Papa John's Cardinal Stadium.
Do you see row 1? The ticket for row 1? It's like 9,000.
I'm looking at upper level section 229. $6,930.
Yeah. Go look at row 1 and see the price of tickets in row 1.
Club Renaissance, $10,890. I see lower level 112. For 2,000. Oh man.
They must be gone then because those tickets are ridiculous.
Help me, Jesus. Help me.
This is for her tickets?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is Beyonce.
Wow.
But it's her. What is it? It's her and 2 other people, isn't it?
Yum Center was too small. One of them got to go, Pimp. One of them got to go. Yum Center was too small, so they moved it to Papa John's Stadium. Oh, I'm sorry, L&N Federal.
L&N, right? Yeah.
Stadium.
L&N Credit.
Listen. One of the things that I have figured out in life, I ain't been around but for so long, but you spend your money on what you want to spend your money on.
Absolutely.
One of the things I recognize in life is vacations and events are extremely important to a family. You can spend your money on a nice vase, put that vase in a nice prominent spot in your home, That vase don't mean shit. Because ain't nobody walking in your house gonna know how much you spent on that vase. Don't nobody give a shit. But when you take a vacation or a nice event together, the memories that are created because of that are lifelong memories. Remember when I was a kid, my family, we used to travel a lot together. And I still now today remember those vacations, whether it was Chicago, Mobile, Alabama, Detroit, Michigan, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, it didn't matter. I still remember those vacations as a family. So how much is too much for an event? Now, if you don't want to do Beyonce, I get it. But how much is too much for an event for everybody to really enjoy themselves and walk away from that event with that lifelong memory? Especially when you have kids.
How much is too much? $9,000 per seat.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Because what you said was a beautiful sentiment.
Right.
I remember being a kid. We would pile up in the car 9 deep, and for $13.35, roll up to the drive-in, see 3-4 movies, have the best time of our lives, and we still talk about it to this day for $13.95.
Greasy ass Kroger bags full of chicken and popcorn.
But was that $13.95 a sacrifice for the family?
Yeah.
That's my point.
But I think there's a difference between sacrifice
and overindulgence.
Right. Like we got to be reasonable about what we're doing. If a family, listen, if you want to be in the house and see Beyonce and you can afford to spend $500, then do that. But that's not what people are doing. People are going to the extreme.
Spend what?
500. That's like the beyond the nosebleeds, ain't it?
No. Cheapest ticket at L&N is $660.
Oh, okay. So $660. So if you want to do that and sit up in the nosebleeds and watch it with binoculars, that's fine. That's but don't go do it and then come back and struggle as a family because you're trying to create a memory.
I think that's the point you're trying to make is if we do it and then all of a sudden now we ain't got money for the electric, we struggling to make rent, we struggling to do this and that.
Listen, the reality is some of us struggling, we ain't buying shit. I mean, some of us just gonna struggle.
No, that's the truth, because you're 1,000% correct. And that's the point we're making. Don't make a struggle. You're already struggling, but you want to be a part of a moment. So you go struggle some more?
And one of our friends made a statement on her Facebook page, which I'm dating myself because there's not very many of us that still surf Facebook. But anyway, she made it jokingly that she's debating on paying mortgage,
right,
or buying Beyonce tickets. But in reality, there are people making those decisions. And there are people that are going to forego some of the necessities of their families for this moment in time.
Yeah, but I mean, you got people making that decision if the tickets were $500. I mean, it don't matter.
Wrong is wrong.
Wrong is wrong.
But you know what? If you want to sacrifice indulgences, like you say, I'm not going to Starbucks, I'm not going to go do this, I'm not going to go do that because I want our family to go and do this. I'm going to put $300 away, $500 away every paycheck so we can go do this thing. Now, the ticket ain't going to be there, but I'm saying then that's different. You working, but a lot of people can't just drop 9 bills, a piece. $9,000 per ticket for 3 people, that's $27,000.
I don't disagree. That's a lot of money. Absolutely.
Although I did see somebody who had that same post that Al said, but she went a little further and somebody was saying, why are you throwing shade on people that want to go see Beyonce, whatever? She said, I don't have a problem with people going to do it. She said, I have a problem with you having a GoFundMe right after that because you can't pay your bare necessities. but you want to be on Facebook doing the selfie thing because you somehow mustered up $1,000 to go and see this girl, and then now you set back $1,000, and now you want to post your Cash App, post your GoFundMe and stuff, saying help a sister out, but really a sister should have just said, okay, I'm either going.
My point was, Beyonce doesn't have to do that. She doesn't have to. You don't have to get on board for that ticket price.
But why are we having this hypothetical scenarios about the sister and her tickets? And for those of us that choose to go, we don't have that same conversation about the Wahites.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't.
What do you mean we don't have that?
That's not true. We gave you hell for the little bitty coins.
Elton John.
For Elton John, they huge coins in my realm. But
you don't even know how much
we gave you shit.
You don't even know how much Elton John.
Don't have a clue. But I was smart enough to look up how much ticket prices was for Elton John.
It was a lot.
Listen.
To me, it was a lot.
You're going. That shit don't matter because listen. What the hell I do, I can afford it. So
exactly.
That's the point, though. That's the point.
No,
we know you can afford it. We know it's good for you. We know people who are out here who are literally going to Beyonce just to say I went in for a show, and they're literally not going to feed their kids.
Because we are dancing around the reality of the question. You said, why aren't we as in outrage over the white girl getting those prices? And here's the reality of the answer. Because the white people that pay those prices for her concerts are not necessarily in the same dire situations that we are in our communities. Let's just keep it a buck.
So first of all, you believe that everybody that's going to be there will be black?
No, I don't believe that.
No.
But I do believe that there is a strong black population that will be there that are going to squeeze money from places that they shouldn't be squeezing it at.
Listen, we squeeze all the time. Black folks cruise more than damn near anybody I know. Black folks are always going on a cruise. Down to Jamaica, down to the Bahamas. I mean, we do what we want to do anyway.
The cruising is because they do it in installments. It's like it's a layaway.
Beyonce ain't taking installments.
Beyonce ain't taking installments.
That's what I'm saying. Cruising.
Here's what I'm saying. If we're ever going to change the behaviors that we have, because see, here's what I don't want you to do, sister. That black man who gave you the $3,000 for child support, don't put that on Beyonce. That ain't the time to put that on Beyonce. And then you jamming this dude up talking about, oh, he didn't pay enough for child support. Which that's gonna happen, cuz you know it's gonna happen. Why you acting like it ain't gonna happen?
And cuz it happens every day for normal shit as well. But why would you take something that is 16 times add normal of your normal shit to put that money on?
Listen, ain't too many Negroes got $9,000 to spend on no ticket.
They'll go fund me for that goddamn thing.
Some do, but ain't too many Negroes got. So if you spending $9,000 on one ticket, and it's two of y'all going, that's $18,000. You probably got the money.
There ain't too many people that can afford a $500 ticket without a GoFundMe page.
Oh shit!
Without my cousin passed away, so we got to go bury him. So they're gonna raise money to go get them damn tickets. Fish fries.
I understand what you black people are saying. I promise you, I do.
We don't care about Beyonce ticket prices.
I just think that it's unfair.
It's unfair for what? I yell at white people tickets too. Don't give a damn who the ticket is.
How much was Taylor Swift tickets?
About the same.
About the same.
Ain't nobody bitch about them prices.
Yeah, we did.
Nobody going to the concert.
Nobody will see that heifer.
I don't know nobody going to see Swift.
We don't know nobody going to see.
Did you go see Swift?
You're supposed to keep your head down a little bit longer.
Because you know you like having these moments. These special moments.
I love. Listen, that was a commercial a while back. They kept playing it about you could buy something or you can go somewhere. I think it was a
remember that commercial. I remember that commercial.
Man, that's a very true statement.
It is, and I completely agree. Well, I don't completely agree, but I understand and I can get on board with if you can afford it, please do. I would love to see Beyonce sell out, but I don't want people making foolish decisions to make that memory. Like Anthony Bruce said, $9,000. That's rent. That's for a year. So we need to teach people who are struggling, hey, make wise decisions financially.
Yeah,
pay that rent up for a year, and then everything you bring in goes into savings or an investment.
But see, that really was my point. Yeah, well, I agree with that point, but my point was from the other side. Beyonce, do you really have to? Do you really have to? Like,
well, yeah, she just did that concert over in Dubai, so
make $29 million, right?
Yeah, 20-some million.
So I'm just saying.
She actually could have did this concert for free.
I tell you what, I've been to quite a few concerts. I'm not a big concert goer. My wife is though, but I'm not. But I tell you what, the Elton John concert. You go to some concerts, they got a guitar up there on the stage, they got some drums up there, and they got a synthesizer or whatever you call them, and one or two other things. But the production of that concert, that's what Beyonce is bringing, guys, because you've seen her HBO specials. The chick puts on a show, whether you like her music or not.
Hey, I agree. That's exactly why she's charging so much, because she's got to pay so many people and pay so many people. But I saw a great TikTok video of a comedian that I like, and she said, Beyonce, here's what we would like you to do. Leave your background singers at home. We all know the words of your song. We'll just sing them with you. Number 2, we'll be dancing in the aisle, so you ain't got to bring no background dancers.
Now you want the background singers to be unemployed. I mean, what kind of bullshit is that?
What we saying is this is the same bullshit that causes tickets to be $9,000. That's the point. She's saying if you can cut some of them production, she said we don't need none of them pyroglyphics, or hieroglyphics, whatever the shit is, the pyrotechnics. She said we don't need none of that. We don't need none of that. She said, matter of fact, we'll just hold our cell phones in the air and wave them back and forth when you tell us to.
Well, I don't know of any concert. I mean, $9,000 is a lot of money for a ticket.
Well, but the point she was making is, if she scaled all of that back and still came with just a band, you don't think the concert's still gonna sell out? Everybody's still gonna be in the house wanting to see Beyonce, and they're probably gonna have a good time.
Beyonce is trying to let the world know
Anybody gonna downgrade her abilities? Now if she can't sing, that's a whole nother conversation.
No, she's trying to let the world know that she's more valuable than Taylor Swift.
Well, okay.
And we ought to be on board with that. We ought to be on board with it.
Let's put it in perspective. Let's put it in perspective. If the average cost of a ticket is just $1,000 at L&N Federal Credit Union Stadium
for one person,
right? Seating capacity for that stadium, not including the seats that they put on the floor, is 65,000. Easy math. Move your zeros. 65 million. And they're probably going to put 2,000 seats on the floor.
You can buy a whole country for that much.
It's a lot of revenue.
There's an African country right now we know we can buy it for 65 million.
How much?
Maybe she's trying to make sure
how much them dancers? That's just one venue.
Right. So
this is a 30-city tour, ain't it?
It's a world tour, ain't it? Renaissance.
It's like 30 cities.
Tour.
Yeah, it's like 30 cities.
It's like 30 cities or something in this tour.
Yeah.
It's not Madison Square Gardens where.
So wait when she gets over to Europe and hit them soccer stadiums that seat 160,000.
The capitalist in me says you get what the market says you can get.
Get all.
I ain't mad at it for that part. I can't be mad at as a capitalist. I can't be mad at it for that.
I'm 100% on board with being a capitalist, and you get your money, get all your money you get. But as a nigga who can't afford it, I ain't buying them tickets.
You know what I'm thinking of is that, remember MC Hammer?
Yep, I remember that nigga.
MC Hammer had about his shows was a production. And he brought all those people, all those dancers, and tried to have this whole big thing. And he was paying for all that out of his own pocket and ended up going broke. Trying to make sure everybody was paid.
Michael Jackson, same thing. He was broke, but
Huh?
Michael Jackson had them big productions, same thing.
But see, Beyonce learned from them.
But he wasn't paying out of his own pocket.
But see, Beyonce learned from them. She got better promoters.
You can learn from MC Hammer that, listen, I know you want to do it big. You want to feed everybody, make sure everybody eat. You want to make sure, nobody can say you don't pay people, blah, 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 and all this stuff. And you want to have this experience and this production, this performance. But don't go broke with it by not charging the people, because they didn't charge us the stuff. If MC Hammer would have charged us for as much money to have that big old production and stuff to every city, if you listen to his documentary.
Well, Mama Noise, let me be clear about something. Everybody charges for them tickets. That's how them tickets become the prices they become.
Well, but they weren't at that time, Mr. Noise. I'm saying
no, society prices were different at that time. It's the same thing. It's no different. MC Hammer passed them prices on to us just like everybody else does.
Well, but I'm saying that he was paying it out of pocket, Lloyd Spence.
No, I'm agree. Listen, I'm not disagreeing with you, Kenyatta Spence. I'm saying
that he was getting jumbo jets and stuff, trying to carry all them people because he couldn't do them in big trailers and stuff, driving on buses.
I know.
Lloyd, shut up. She saw the documentary.
She saw the documentary. I'll leave it alone.
I don't know why you want to go there every time.
Now, if you're looking at Taylor Swift's ticket prices, you go look at her Mercedes-Benz on Sunday, the 30th of April. She got a floor seat ticket.
What is the 30th of April, Kyrie?
Right. She's got a ticket. 29,700 floor seat.
To sit on the floor?
If I could share my screen,
I think you can.
Oh my gosh!
Listen, we all have seen the.
Go to present. You should be able to share it.
I'm generally not a documentary.
Yeah, that worked.
But we've all seen the Michael Jackson "This Is It" documentary. That's the type of production I'm talking about. They're huge, and we don't know how much Michael Jackson tickets would have cost. But I guarantee you, those tickets would have been very expensive too.
Ooh, Jesus!
Because it's not just about the performance itself; it's about the production. You go for a show.
Whoa! Why is it one ticket, floor Q, row 3 is 29,000, but 2 rows back is 4,000?
That's because they're resale tickets.
Right in the very front is 1,000.
They're resale tickets. That person's trying to get as much as they can.
Gotcha. I feel you.
Those prices will go down.
Yeah. Anything over $750, damn it, I better be sitting on stage with you.
I mean,
again,
well, to piggyback on what Cuz said, you might have wanted to see those Michael Jackson. You might want to pay those prices of Michael Jackson because you said, you know what, he didn't look like he was going to live a little bit, too long after that.
Wow, Mama Noise, Wow, that is.
That was one of those last go round.
Savage! I'm a savage! Oh!
That was
so.
I thought I was the one supposed to say the crazy shit on the show.
She still ain't heard it. She still ain't heard what she said. She still ain't heard it.
What am I supposed to hear?
How savage he was, talking about he ain't gonna be around much longer. He was at the time he died. He was in allegedly in good health.
Wow, Mama.
He wasn't at death's door.
And then see you saying for Beyonce charging these prices, ain't you gonna be around for a long time? So there shouldn't be no reason why we should be in a hurry to pay for your.
That don't mean she gonna be touring all that time, Mama Lord.
So I gotta pay for
the Ashley brothers are still touring. So can Beyonce.
I gotta pay for the thought that you might stop touring.
Listen,
There's a rock star.
You gotta drop for that too.
In there. Isn't there a rock star that just recently announced in the middle of a tour that, you know what, I'm out?
Who was that?
Who was that?
Golly.
Wow.
It's a big name. And he had tour dates remaining, and he was like, you know what?
Like, I'm sick of this.
I ain't gonna tour no more. And matter of fact, I ain't even gonna finish this one. Deuces.
Damn.
Wow.
Golly. See what happens when you get old?
That's okay. I got you back. Ozzy Osbourne.
His tail should have been.
No, it wasn't that clown, was it?
It was Ozzy Osbourne.
Done stopped.
2 days ago.
He been sick for the longest.
Now he's doing it because he's got a spinal injury. So
I was going to say he been sick for the longest.
A legitimate reason to do it, but
the fact that he even went back to touring.
Yeah, it was Ozzy Osbourne. I'm looking at it. New York Post put the article out.
What's the tagline say?
Ozzy Osbourne announced retirement from touring, cancels all remaining shows.
Yep, that's it. That's the one.
Because he is old as
old AF.
And he on that shit too.
Well, that's
right. He been on that. He been on that. He been on that.
he been on that ooh-wee a long time.
You know that.
He just ain't on no ooh-wee.
A legend.
Boy, he did what 3-4 seasons of a reality show and was not sober on a single episode.
Not one episode. Ozzy been on a lot of stuff, bro. Like for real. But no, my only thought process of the whole thing is very simple. You can charge whatever the market bears. You can charge whatever you're willing to pay. Somebody's willing to pay you, but you don't have to. You don't have to. And to not
charge whatever you like,
right? Not be concerned about our, the neighborhood, the single mom, the that.
You gonna say, wait to my
you're premium. You're premium. I get it.
I know you saying that lady just gonna have to wait till my concert come out on streaming service, like that homecoming concert of Beyonce's that's on streaming service. You just say, well, girl, you want to see me? No problem. You just gotta wait till it come out on the streaming service.
They paid her a pretty penny to do that. But now, is she gonna make more on touring? I don't know. Because the reality is, like you said, Mama Noise, and Cuz, it's a production. So if you go on tour, it should balance about out. To be honest with you, if you go on tour for 30 cities, but it costs you, let's say, y'all said 65 million at
that's what Al said.
In whatever the stadium is now.
Yeah.
The 65 million, but it costs you 45 million to produce the show. Which is not unreasonable in thought, because her shows are very involved. They involve a lot of
yeah.
So and then talk about the salaries that are tied to that as well. So now she may make that money back by selling the tour back to Netflix or Hulu and saying we're gonna film it in a way to where we're gonna be able to sell it back, the footage back to you and Hulu, so I'll get that $20 million back. But you was gonna get that $20 million anyway. You're gonna get that $20 million if you sit on a stage and at a chair and sang to all 20,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Again, you can charge what you want, but do you have to? That was my point.
Okay.
Cuz don't like my point, but that's fine. So, is that it? Is that all the news that we got for today? Oh, tomorrow night, y'all, we're gonna have some fun tomorrow night. I got something to show y'all. This is tomorrow night's show in a nutshell, so people can understand what I do at the drop, Mama Noise. Did you take it? Oh, here it is, right
over there, right.
Have you seen her? Yeah. Who but this so spaced out? Penny in the jets. How about the weird and the wonderful? Oh, better she's really keen.
That's right. Tomorrow night we having our very first social media sing-off competition, and we got all these candidates that are gonna come, and we're gonna pick a winner, and we're gonna see who is the best for that tomorrow night. Now we're not saying they're the best ever of all time, but for tomorrow night contestants, we're gonna pick and see who's the best of the night.
Mm.
So we got all these wonderful contestants to come and sing their song and do their thing, and we'll pick a winner tomorrow night. Who's the best? Who's the best between them two? Y'all.
Were they lip syncing? Cause
no.
Looks like they were lip syncing to me.
The sync. Let me be clear, Mama Noise. Everybody that we're bringing on tomorrow night, including who we brought to, who you saw tonight, they're singing. So you ain't got to question it. I don't want you to question it ever again. There's a sync issue that happens when you bring it over to a platform like this, and that's okay. It's just what it is, what it is. But we've already looked at them. That we've already verified that they are singing the song. There will be no lip syncing tomorrow night or tonight. Because Mama Noise is a conspiracy theorist. She just be thinking everybody lip syncing.
I don't. That's not everybody, but when I see them going, I used to be
Mama Noise. They don't always sync up perfectly.
Listen to me. I used to be involved with lip syncing the show back in the day called Putting on the Hit.
I know the story. I've heard the story a million times.
They don't know. The noisemakers don't know. Why are you trying to shut down my story?
Go ahead and tell your story about it.
I was one of the contestants to interview for an audition for Putting on the Hits back in the day when they were doing a show where you lip synced to get on this particular lip sync show. And so I'm saying, I know how to lip sync, especially if it's a song I'm passionate about. I won a contest just because I knew that more than anything, I was actually singing. I wasn't lip syncing. I was singing the song. But they was like, but you got to lip sync the song. No problem. I could sing the song and won the money. So I'm trying to tell you, I know lip syncing when I see it.
And Mama Noise, while we appreciate your story, it's not relevant because we've already vetted everybody who's going to be on the show tomorrow. We know that they sang the song.
It was relevant.
Now, y'all might bring some other people to me, Al and Kyrie and Cuz. Y'all might bring some other contestants to me. Because any category is open. Rap, singing, gospel, whatever. We don't care. We don't have an instrument category because I felt like That's not really apple. Yeah, but vocal talents, you can bring a person and we'll put them up in the conversation. So it should be fun tomorrow night. Should be a lot of fun. We got some interesting people. We got some people that you wouldn't expect to have amazing voices that kill it. And then some you go, I don't know, but we don't have an American Idol thing where we embarrassing people. Like everybody can sing. Tomorrow, we'll just decide who sings better. That's really what we're talking about. That should be fun. This should be a lot of fun. You be the judge. Mama Noise actually gave the show its title. You be the judge. Maybe come to a network near you. But yeah, should be a fun night.
Kyrie, what you sipping on tomorrow?
Why you gotta tell you tonight?
Well, it depends on what time I
find
get.
out in advance if he's gonna be doing Necesita Agua.
It depends on what time I get back. We got a tournament tomorrow, so we got an all-day tournament tomorrow. So it depends.
You
what time
say he may have time to go get something. He may not.
Yeah.
Albie, you already got something on deck?
No.
Both of y'all got arsenals. I don't understand what y'all talking about.
I have many options.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I don't have anything planned out.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I got plenty of stuff on the blog, but I like doing something new on the show versus just grabbing some off.
Okay.
No, try something new.
Okay.
Cuz you got any left over from last week?
No, he drunk it up.
Cuz was in a real good place last week. Okay, we done lost Cuz. Okay.
Yeah, lost Cuz.
All right.
I don't know,
But
man.
he's ordering his tickets.
He got to get that ticket before it sell out.
I'm sure there ain't a lot of $9,000 tickets left.
No, he's on the Taylor Swift website.
Oh, to get the 29,000. Lord have mercy.
You better be careful.
On the Taylor Swift website.
The Taylor Swift website crashed the whole Ticketmaster.
Listen, if your audience can bear the weight of the cost that you're trying to put, by all means, go charge them whatever you want. I just don't know. Maybe I underestimate the Beyonce audience. Maybe they are rich people and they can afford these tickets.
Perhaps.
I would like to think, even if I could afford those prices, that I wouldn't be foolish enough to spend that kind of money.
Seems like a lot.
Not on a concert. Not on a.
And I would like to think that while I could charge whatever I want because the market says I can, I would have a sense of responsibility to say, I'd rather play 2 nights back to back, or maybe even 3, than charge everybody on one night. That's a lot, man. That just seems like a lot to me. But that's just me. I'm maybe I have a different sensibility to it. So anyway, obviously the 5. I don't know if the 5 is going live this weekend or not, but I know we'll be talking. We got a lot to discuss this week.
Super Bowl
week, but not just the Super Bowl. I mean, the news broke today with Kyrie Irving, man. That dude.
Well, it ain't really news yet. He's only
He's only requested. You knew he was going. He was eventually going to request. Right. That wasn't no long-term deal.
But you know what's shocking to me about it is that they seemed like everything was going fine. Like it seemed like everything was going fine.
It was a matter of time. You knew that was coming.
He had a job to do. He did his job.
Yeah.
Charles Barkley's already. Go ahead.
Can we, if we haven't already, shout out to the 22-year-old assistant coach that suited up for the JV squad?
Man.
And they still lost.
What?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
No.
How have you not heard that?
I have been in a bubble. I apologize, guys. When did this happen?
It actually happened back in January. But it hit It hit the airwaves earlier this week.
Yeah.
It's been everywhere. CNN, everybody's been covering it. Arlisha Boykins, I think is her name. And they still lost.
They still lost the game. That's the
Where's
point.
the women's team?
Yeah. She pretended to be a 13-year-old JV high school.
And they still took the L.
And the little girls whooped their ass.
Yeah, they still lost. And now she got fired, no job.
She needed her ass whooped for that.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. I didn't see that story. I wish I'd have seen that one.
Bro, you got to see the video. She gets an and one, and she celebrates like, she killed it.
Well, speaking of 22-year-olds, did you hear about the 22-year-old field hockey player who just came off the national championship in North Carolina, and they made her the head coach? Her coach retired, and now she's a 22-year-old head coach of a Division I field hockey team.
Damn. Right place, right time.
She won 4 national championships in a row. And so they said she'd make a great coach.
Why did coach quit?
I think she retired. She retired. Yeah, so they decided to turn over the program to this young lady. So the
maybe she was a Peyton Manning type player. She was a general on the field.
I would think she would have to be. But it's amazing that she literally just won a title with them this year, and now she's the head coach. That's incredible. So shout out to her. I only have 1 or 2 stories left. Have y'all seen You People yet? Eddie Murphy? Did you like it?
I did.
I liked it. I liked it too. Although people are they be taking issue with Kenya Bears. I like Kenya Bears. I don't know. I like Kenya Bears. I just like what he does. I like that he's thoughtful enough to push the envelope a little bit in some areas. He makes his comedy it's not for everybody. I'll admit that. But I like that he pushes the envelope. I'm okay with
it. He's the white guy?
No, Kenya's the director, the black guy.
Oh.
Ain't nobody named Kenya white.
Kenya is the one who created
Blackish. I didn't think about that.
But I thought the movie was fine.
Me too.
Yeah. Have you seen it, Kyrie or Al? Y'all seen it?
I have not.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
I kind of feel bad. Jay's seen it and I haven't.
It's actually, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm actually shocked that Jay has seen it and you haven't.
This is true.
It is really shocking information to know that Jay.
So you kind of should feel bad.
I understand what you're saying. I understand.
Yeah. The final thing of the night for me is Mama Noiz's favorite player is no more. He's retired. Tom Brady.
What the? That ain't Mama Noiz's favorite nothing.
Is that your favorite, Mama Noiz? I'm sorry.
Why you playing?
So is him and the Will gonna get back together, Mama Noiz?
What'd you say? We have the voodoo witch? Is that what you said?
I said, is him and the witch gonna get back together?
See, Lloyd, are you gonna add stuff?
I just said voodoo. I just added her a genre. He still called her a witch.
That's nice.
MTV, I'm savage. I'm a savage.
Just saying. I just put her in a classification. Al was the one that called her a witch.
Anyway,
I did not. Mama Noiz introduced us to that assertion.
And then all you did was put some of it in Google, and then they sent you the rest of the story too.
No, just because you put it in Google, that don't make it true. All of breaking news, Mama Noiz, all the internet ain't true.
And some of it is.
Just most of it, Mama Noiz. Just most of it.
My wife is the biggest conspiracy.
So is that so? How do you feel about the article that said that Robert Kraft wants him to sign a contract just so he can retire up in with New England?
How do I feel?
Oh, he
Okay.
He is definitely going to sign a one-day contract to retire as a Patriot. That's definitely going to happen.
Absolutely.
That happens in people do it all the time, especially.
It's not that big of a deal, Mama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you saying it ain't that big of a deal?
Because it's not. It happens all the time.
It does.
All it is a one-day contract to say you were retiring as a member of that team. That's all it is. It means
that's where his accolades were.
Yeah, it's largely ceremonial.
That's
really.
because he need to get back up there where he was successful. He didn't want to retire down there where he blew it.
It was successful for the most part.
Is that where the Haven is?
Yeah. That's where it is.
Oh my goodness.
That's where the Haven is. That's where the massage parlor is. That's where all of it is.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, ain't New England close to Salem?
It is close to Salem. You're absolutely correct, Kyrie.
It is not.
It's closer than where the Buccaneers is.
Closer than Tampa Bay. But Tampa Bay is closer. Tampa Bay is closer to Voodoo, though, Mama Noise. So
And we did not have to cross the country with Cuz Noise to figure that out, Lloyd. We knew that.
I podcast with savages.
You know what?
That's my life. I podcast with savages. Huh?
Cuz might have visited the cemetery up there.
Oh.
Up where?
Salem.
Alabama?
Up north.
Oh, Selma. That's Selma. I'm sorry.
Not Selma.
The hell? No, I've never been to a cemetery in New England.
Because I'll let them suck you into this. He
sucks us into stuff all the time.
But if I had time,
Super pause.
What I say?
Hell, he does.
Yeah, he knows.
He baits us in all the time.
Okay, let's use our words.
Thank you.
Let's use our words better. Let's do that.
Oh, y'all got more.
Make better choices with your
This guy
vocabulary.
says risque stuff all the time. Now for me, it's all. Wait a minute.
Ooh. Let's get better word choices.
Oh, stop.
Or have a different audience on there when you say those words like that.
Right.
Oh, you know what, Kyrie? You the one to tell me don't let him bait you in. He be doing it all the time.
You want to say that in front of a group of women, that's different, but don't, we ain't here for that.
Because he'll appreciate that in front of a bunch of women. He'll definitely appreciate that.
He probably would celebrate it, actually. He probably would celebrate.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. Y'all pull up on us tomorrow now. I promise you we're going to have a good time. We got some phenomenal candidates for tomorrow's show. It's going to be good. Al, you saw the show for tomorrow night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So should be good. I'm telling you, it should be good. We put me and Mama Noise put a lot of time and effort in tomorrow's show. So it should be an interesting one. I don't know why she's talking about they lip syncing. She saw some of the candidates.
That's right.
Oh my God. You know what? I gotta teach you how to sell stuff other than popcorn.
Really?
You do well selling the popcorn, Mama.
I was going to say, what about Bet Online?
You did good with the Bet Online. I agree with that. You did good with the Bet Online.
So there's that.
But that's about it.
No, because other stuff is honest.
And with that, Mama Noise,
It's all fun and games.
You know I love you, girl.
No, don't be trying. No, don't be trying.
You look good in your Thundercat shirt, boo.
Anyway.
All right, y'all.
I was gonna say something that was highly inappropriate with Thundercats, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
Oh, Thundercat. Oh,
I'm going to go on that note. Yeah, this is only going to go left. There's no way it ends well if we don't stop it here. We love y'all. We will see y'all tomorrow night.